All right, peace of Black Power, everybody. I want to welcome you to another NCRBGZ Productions. With that being said, I want to welcome everybody here. I want to thank you for spending time and watching the playback. And today we should have a nice show set up. So today is freestyle Saturdays, actually, where anything is on the table. And like always, I always talk to people. I always appreciate y'all and ask y'all for feedback. Like the video, thumb it up. And give us comments. Say something. Let us know what you think about the conversation, what's being said, and and add on, help us, so we can get better at it. And with that, I want to give my panel members the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Your piece is Master You. I'm here just for a great conversation, great freestyle, talk about anything and learn and grow.
Yeah, Rob, and peace, family. It's your brother in the back, Accra Ghana. I'm just glad to be a part of the panel again tonight. We always have some good discussions, touch on some great topics, and I'm just looking forward to tonight.
Greetings, this is Colette, and also it's a pleasure being here with the collective and just learning.
Peace. This is True Born. Just ready to drop some knowledge and spread some good information to the people.
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Introduce yourself to the family. Let them know who you are, what's your name, and where you calling from. Where you from?
Okay, my name is Henry. I'm calling from Ghana, Accra, in West Africa.
All right. All right. Thanks, brother. And what I'm doing is I'm letting everybody introduce themselves and what we're gonna do.
Let me open the camera to see my face.
Yeah. So we got you now. So you know what? Since we have the brother up here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all a quick story about how I met this brother when I went to Accra. And then we're gonna let me and him build, and then we can all veggie back on what we talk about, right? So what happened? It was one night, man, and we were hungry. So we was walking from where our motel was at. Our motel was right there by the river, but it was in the hood, right? So we were walking down the street. It was me, Dr. Jahi Issa, brother Tony, my brother Tony Riddick, and my homeboy Jason, and his daughter. And we were hungry, right? So we was looking for something to eat, and it was late. And I think I was looking for some chicken. And I had walked by the brother's shop at first, and when I initially walked by his shop, I asked him, did he have chicken? And what did I was looking for? Jollof rice. It was chicken and jollof rice. And he was like, he had one piece. So I kept walking, right? I was like, well, maybe because I wanted some red. That's what it was. The red fish. It wasn't the chicken. I wanted the red fish. That's why I first passed those shop, because I wanted the red fish. Now, let me give y'all an idea what I'm talking about. We on a dirt road, right? But on this dirt road is stores. Like in Ghana, what y'all don't understand is like every house is a store. So like the back part of the house is where they sell their goods out the store. The front part is where they live. That's economics on a whole nother level that we don't understand in America. Like their house and their store, their business is all connected. So we walking up and down the strip, and I'm trying to find some red fish, because the red fish is red fish is the shit, man. So I walked past the shop initially, and I was going to get the red fish. So I went like a couple shops down. It was late, man. I couldn't find no red fish. Like damn. So I said, let me go get some chicken, right? So I came back to the brother's shop. And like, what kind of chicken was that? It ain't chicken. What is it? The bird that y'all have in Ghana. I can't think of the name of the bird. Harry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's that chicken bird? What is it called? The meat. Can you hear me? I'm saying, what kind of chicken was that? Was that a regular chicken or was that a bird? I thought it was a bird.
Oh, the chicken that is here, we have a lot of different odd layers and some other stocks that comes out for, but those are important chickens. That's not free. Once you go to the poultry, you get some nice chickens there. You make contact with them based on the sizes. Some old black, white one, the brown in color by the skin. So based on how you want it.
Okay, but no, I thought it was a bird, but okay. But long story short, man, look, they make some sauce. And they put their sauce, yo, I'm telling you, yo, this sauce is banging, man. Like they put some, it's like spicy, but it's good, yo. So he put the sauce on it, gave me some jollof rice, and I'm eating.
Yeah. I understand. Some nice chicken. They used to do fried rice here in Africa, in Ghana. Very sweet and with a lot of the spices. It's very, very nice, interesting. Okay, if you need some of those chickens here, we can get them for you. Based on how you want it.
So like, so I ate the chicken, right? And like he had a club. So like the front part, he's selling food. The middle part, he got music, beer. It's like a club, man. Yo, it's crazy. It's like a house, man. Like the front part is they selling food. Then the middle of it is a club. So what happened is I eat my food and I go. What I do, I go back to the motel and my partner sit out there and talk to him. So like while we're in Ghana, you know what I'm saying? We're looking for some weed. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
We were looking for some weed, right? So my partner found him. And like the first batch we had wasn't good, but he had some real good ganja. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good ganja.
So we sat out there beside his shop, man. And we sat out there, we smoked, we talked to the brother for about 3 hours, man. Okay. And then he said, yo, y'all want some gold? He was like, man, listen, we can go to the gold mine. And he put us on to the gold game. So, but my point is like, I met the brother, I broke bread with the brother, I met his wife, I met his children, and we sat out there for like 2-3 hours and built with the brother, man. And so what I'm trying to tell you is like, when we went, we was in the hood, man. It's no like, I'm telling y'all where we was at, we in the hood, so we get to meet people, man, that'll take you places. So with that being said, I want Henry to talk to y'all about like, he can get gold, he can get silver, any precious type of, and it's all over Ghana. This is the thing, y'all. It's all over. I'm gonna let the brother jump in, man, and just go ahead. Go ahead, Henry.
Okay, good, no problem. For me, as I have said it earlier, I'm ready. I'm ready for any of those business available. Once it's concerned in Africa, particularly here in Accra, Ghana, I'm out there for some of those things. Once there is an order, we only need to place an order for both of us. Once we place an order, this is what this and that, what we want. We make it as a plan within both of us. I walk strictly to the needed demands in our group, or maybe however I want it. I'll just do it like that. I can't do more than that. I have many things to do. So, but once it comes to this, no problem. I will give a nice service to that and get it in a way you people want it, so that both of us can be happy. Okay. So this is a good family. This is a good family. So once you come to family, no worry about that. I'm there for you people. So the time you come to Ghana here, we meet both of us. So I'm happy. Okay. So you don't need to worry. I am who I am.
And look, and let them know about how much gold it is in Ghana, because I don't think they understand how much it is in Ghana.
For me, there is no problem. There is a steady stock price in the market. So once you come to the stock price daily, maybe for sometimes when you get a gram of gold, there are sometimes they sell a gram of gold like some last week. I will still check on my receipt. The one I bought last, I think that should be roughly, I don't know how to change it for you in dollar, but in Ghana cedis, I know it, but no problem. I'll give you the prices later, not now, because I'm going to check it so that I will not make a mistake to say something that maybe when the money comes, then at the end, I will not be able to do or buy to the large quantity how many grams we program in the business. So I have to take time and contact my dealer. He's going to tell me how much he's going to deal with us and in a gram or in a kilo, based on how much you want to invest. But for my own question now, like how much is the estimate of an investment in this particular business? So I will know how we are going to do it. So once I do my part, then you people are going to help me. We do the remaining part together. So that is my opinion for now. So I want to know how much are we talking about to invest in this? To buy in gold, to buy in silver, different prices. We know, but whenever I give you the price rate, that is how it's going to be. But for now, I will not give you the price rate. I have to contact him and ask him if I'm coming down to the village there to get it in a good quantity as well. How much are you going to give me in a kilo or a gram? So that is the most important thing I'm going to do. I will not decide alone. Because he's the one in the village, in the bush there, dealing on that from direct mining. So it's not something I'm doing. I'm gonna travel from here to the city, to the places there, the main gold sites. I have to go there and get them from the man He's an old man.
Okay, so let them know the difference in like how you can get the gold and the silver. It's different types. You even say y'all have white gold.
Yeah. For the white gold here, the white gold, a gram of white gold here is all about in Ghana cities. I think white gold, a gram of white gold here is about 20 cedis for a gram.
20 CDs?
Yeah, for a gram. 20 cedis for a gram.
200.
That is from
200 CDs.
Come again? No, not 200. 20.
20 CDs.
Yeah. It's not up to, I think, like 20 cedis for a gram. I don't know. But when you come to the exchange rate, you're gonna convert it. I know.
Okay.
Not 220. Yeah.
So do you know do you know how much it is for an ounce?
How much is it for what?
For 1 ounce, to get an ounce of it.
For full out, man.
No, 1 ounce, like 1 ounce of the white gold. 1 ounce.
How many gram make 1 ounce?
I think ain't it? Y'all help me out here, bro, fellas. I think it's 99. Am I correct? Y'all help me out. Let me.
That's 28
okay, you
grams
check
an
it.
ounce.
Yes. Okay, it's 28 grams.
28 grams. So a gram is 20 cedis. So 20 times 28. We're gonna check it. I don't know. What is my small phone?
That's
Okay.
560.
560, right?
That's $100.
Yeah. Yeah, 560.
You can get a gram over here. Well, no, a gram over here is 50 cents basically. So you said that's white gold. I don't know how much the prone there. The price. Hey, where True Born at? He up here, True Born.
Yeah.
What's the price for an ounce of white gold?
I'm not too sure about the white gold.
How much?
That's I think 1700.
We talking about an ounce now.
Ounce.
1700. So Henry, so you don't know the price of the gold, man. My phone there. You know what? Hey, do y'all got any questions for the brother, man? Y'all can ask the brother some questions, y'all. Hey, let him know about the pineapples. Henry, let him know about the pineapples in Ghana, man. Yo, I'm telling y'all, the pineapples, that's what I'm trying to get over here. I'm trying to get the pineapples sent over here. Here in America, after you eat a pineapple, you know you get that acidic taste at the end. Yo, the pineapples over there, there's no acid in them. I'm about to look up this white gold, though, man. If y'all got any questions or y'all want to say something, y'all can jump in. I know I'm all over the place right now. I'm trying to talk to the brother before.
Okay, good. But as for that, once I go to the right source, I'm gonna get it in a price where anyway. Let me see the international price of it here. For I'm just checking it online. Okay, here per gram, 24 kilo is about. Let me see, in Ghana cedis. Just hold on.
Yeah, that's 17.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here, 1 gram gold. 1 gram gold is 321.80 cedis. A gram here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for international stock. For 1 gram online. Yeah. For today's price.
Look up an ounce.
The price in Ghana today per gram is 32.1. 80 peso in Ghana cedis. So anyway, bro. Then in dollar is 173 point something US dollars.
$1.
Yeah, 17,346 US dollars. Then so in a gram, only a gram just give you 0.3215 ox. So US dollars to give you here in Ghana cities 5.756 in Ghana city in US dollars here. So let's call it $5. Let's call it $6 for that's for the gold itself. Okay.
Okay. All right, then.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Let me see what I can give you some screenshot of it. If you go to hold on, let me get.
What we can do, Henry, is we can get back to that. We ain't got to get the prices right now. We can get back to that. Go ahead, Nabat.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask the brother, what are some of the ways, that people overseas could kind of secure an exchange method as far as acquiring the gold? Would it be just like, just finding a brother in Ghana who has the connection and just getting in direct contact? Maybe that, someone who wants to invest in gold directly from Ghana, is it a an avenue officially that they can go through for getting in contact with somebody like that? That's
Okay,
for you,
yeah.
brother.
Come again. I want to come clearly to it.
Yeah, so I just want to know, like, aside from you, right? Let's say if a person just wants to invest in gold in Ghana, is it a particular like avenue that they would go about doing that? Because I know here, like United States, is different ways of acquiring gold, different markets that sell the gold. Is it a official market, or maybe is it just a person there in Ghana who has a link? What are some of the ways a person overseas can start investing in gold from Ghana?
Okay, in that aspect, your question is very nice. I welcome the idea. So let me go to the answer. So we have two different categories of dealing in gold. One, once you go directly to the like a normal business, to have license, you must get a license before you deal in gold. Once it's come to gold export, you must have a license in order to export in a large quantity. So now, once you come to in that aspect, you have the license. Once the license is available, then you are entitled to fly in and out and go to the main gold site and some other this goldsmith and Castro bridge companies and some other special company on gold. Those that deal in gold here, particularly Chinese, they are always here in Ghana. They are the one who occupy the site when it comes in types of mining. So all of them, they deal it with government certificates. They have gold certificate here. They deal with direct to the company and the company name of the company registration, and they pay tax to the government before they deal in this. So now, whenever I'm talking about those people, we are talking about those who deal it in millions of dollars and some other in any other quantity they want. So now, if you cannot be able to go in that way, then we'll go through the black market. That is what I'm dealing now. Like me, I'm here in Ghana. I deal in black market. What I mean by black market is you are being a citizen of Africa, mostly those who resist here in Ghana. There is some right for you to deal on gold, because here is the Gold Cape Coast, the highest place you can get gold in Africa. That is Ghana. 18 karat gold, some other different quality of gold in a nice shape. You can get it here without any problem. So being a citizen who has been living here, who knows a lot of people who deal in gold directly from the villages. So once we go there, we are entitled to hold any quantity of gold we like here in Ghana. There is no law that can abide you not to deal on it once you have your money, but you don't need to go on it in illegal. Once it's an illegal, police will get arrested on it. But you have to deal on it in legal. So now, once I'm doing this in a foreign contact in which that links to you or anyone in the United States or anywhere all over the world. So what we'll do is that we have two different shapes on how we do it. One, you do it either legal or in black markets. So both of us, anyone we decide to do, we start the foundation and make a plan for it. So if it is legal, no problem. We need to, first of all, before we go into it, we need to go to the Ghana Minister of Tourism and Foreign Affairs and register a name of company. Both of us have to make a choice. This and that is the name of the company. Then we got a license from over there. Then once we get our license here, the license have to be in a group name or however we want to make it. Now, with the license, both of you, anybody can come down here in Ghana. We are entitled to go to office and buy in as cheap as we want, at quantity as how we want, and export it and pay the tax. Because once we are doing it, we are going to pay the tax. So if we don't want in that way, we want it in black market. Good. In black market, you deal with people in the village, and they, like someone like me, I have some of my colleagues, we work together. So once I meet them, they know especially how we're gonna get it. We take a transport from here to the mining site in the village. I'm living in Accra, but we are going to the forest, to the site where they're mining the gold and get it in raw. So once we get it there in raw, based on in the cheap price, but the price gonna be low, more than the government stock price. So once we got it, then we made our plan on how to ship it for you people. So we have many strategies to do that. So now it's for you people to decide what to do.
All right, and real quick. So with all of that being said, and also the regulations that's in place, because like you said, it's taxation. Foreign governments that's pretty much um, pretty much has their hand in these mines already and working with purchasing the gold like that. With all of that being said, do you think that it would be more reasonable for our people, Black people of African descent, who are overseas, who want to obtain gold? Do you think that it will be more reasonable to go the black market way? And listen to the full question, because also with the restrictions put in place, the consequences of say the illegality of that. I'm with the whole black market thing, if you ask me. But just to keep our people safe, do you think that it would be more reasonable, and is it a specific way that our people, could stick with obtaining gold on the black market as opposed to going the so-called legal way? In other words, is it a way for our people to still obtain gold without placing their finances or even their identities or lives at risk by
Okay.
going the black market way?
Yeah, okay, good. I want to let you know one thing about Africa. Africa, we don't have a stable government here, but even though there's things normally put in order, but we try to make sure we obey the law, because the law is very necessary. It's law. The law is for both of us. It's for everybody. We have to obey the law. So in this business, there is no discrimination of tribes and type of people you deal in. So the same right you have, that the same right I have. Everybody here, all the good citizens have the same right in this. So once you are doing the black market business, government know about black market. All you need about is settlement. You understand? So once you are into it, you're gonna settle your parts in order to move out your goods without any problem. But if you don't want it in that way, you want the business to be directly from your office to the office of the government. That one too is another option. But for me, the contact I've been using, I have not used direct process to the government due to the high tax and amount of money needed. I'm not capable of producing some amount of money. Maybe they can say $1 million, $500,000 you're gonna invest in this before you to go to the government and get license and start purchasing. I'm not up to that standard. So what we do, we manage in the little we have by supplying to our customers in black market. That is the level we can do for now. So
Right. Okay, so with that being said, I just wanted to get the clarification that it is a way, for us over here in the United States or whether we overseas to get in contact, with family there in Ghana who may be working at these mines. And as long as, if I'm understanding you correctly, as long as you're getting gold in small increments and not large quantities,
yeah,
it's not a risk as far as dealing on the black market directly with someone in Ghana as opposed to the government. That is not a risk.
yeah, that is not a risk in that way. But the only risk we're gonna go is when it comes to shipping. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for us to buy those goods here and hold them as we like, it's not a risk. You can hold it and buy it in anywhere, anytime we want. But
Well,
for us to
let's
ship,
touch on the shipping. Let's touch on the shipping real quick.
yeah, the shipping now, that is the main process now we are going to undergo through. So when you come to the shipping, we always deal with a contact that will go towards it. And so in that contact, there are process on it. So we don't need to worry. So once it's come to that one, to the stage, we know how to overcome it.
Nabat, let me add in real fast.
Go ahead, brother.
I can tell you one thing I know, that you can go to Ghana, you can get as much gold as you want, and you can get it melted down into chain form, and you can bring it back to America without a problem. That's something I.
Wait. Let me make sure I'm understanding you. Are you saying that you can have the gold melted into jewelry form, some form of jewelry, and then bring it back as jewelry as opposed to?
And no problem, just wear it. Wear it like a chain.
Gotcha.
Wear it like a bracelet. You can do that easily, and there's no law against that. Like, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? The only problem would be then once you get it here, if you're gonna try to melt it down again to put it in the brick form, or if you just want to keep it in the chain form. But yeah, that's how a lot of people. That's how you do, and it's legal. You can do that legal. But what the brother is talking about is more of they shipping it out to you in small quantities, man, and it's not against the law. The thing of it is it's other little things with that. But if you go there, you can go there and buy it, get it. You can get it mined. You can get somebody to put it in chain form, get you a nice charm, get you a little bracelet, depending on how much you get, and wear it back home. And that's not against the law. But do y'all have any some questions for the brother, man? Because I know that the internet go in and out. I just wanted y'all to hear this, man, because I've been saying this, and he's not the only brother I know in Ghana that can get you to the mines. You know what I'm saying? Just that I met this brother, I broke bread with this brother. I've been to this brother's house. I met his wife. I met his children. We sat out beside his house, right there beside, and just done what we did. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know the brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can speak on his character. So that's all I'm saying. So like, as far as dealing with people, man, it's so many people that's on the continent, and they show us so much love that we just don't know it, man. And they hide it from us. So, you know, he been trying to get up here, so we've been working it out, how we can get him up here and get him exposed to people, man, because he see we in his market, and they have it. They have it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but Master, you got anything? Cole, Trueborn, Richard, y'all got anything y'all want to ask the brother?
Yeah, I do. It's Master you. I wanted to know, like, what is the relationship between, depends on what. How are we perceived over there in Ghana? Is it like love, or just how are we welcome? Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Henry, that question was.
Yeah, I'm here.
That question was.
Oh, Henry, that question was for you, Henry.
Okay. As for that, as I said it earlier, once we come in terms of relationship between Africa and Americans, mostly the Black Americans, we are one. There is no any other tribe in the world we accept mostly more than the same blood. You know, we are the same blood, the same people, the same type of brothers and families. So there is no problem about that. We are open. We really, 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 really be happy whenever we see our brothers and sisters over there in the diaspora that come. Whenever they come home, we accept them, we appreciate them. So that is how everybody over here also like them, because when we meet, we have the same character, we share the same love and mostly opinion in types of things we do together. So there is no problem. We have a good relationship between the two sides. So that is what I can guarantee you. So there is no risk about that.
That's love, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a question. I don't know if it's specifically for Henry or for everyone, because there's perspectives from both sides. But I hear a lot of stories of expats who go to Africa and then they try to start a business and then the business fails, but instead of trying to start another business, or I don't know, maybe get a job, I've heard stories like, when you go to Africa, like, you shouldn't go there trying to get a job because it's not going to work as an American living out there. And so the people I've heard this from, they don't go into detail as to like what that means exactly. So Henry, I don't know if you could shed more light on that. Like, is there some kind of barrier between Americans getting jobs out in Ghana or Africa in general?
Okay, madam, your question is welcome. Thank you. So for me, there is a lot of things we have to know. In this world, there are some things some people can go into and they will not make it. There are some people, when they go into that, they will make it based on the relationship and the contact they made. So here in Africa, one thing about we Africans is that there are 90% of people over there who are honest in their business, and also who is honest in once it comes to a serious relationship that can link the both family. We don't care the tribe you are. Like a lot of people from China, they come here to do business, establish their business here, invest on it, employ some blacks, some Africans here, based on the country they're located, to work with them And at the end of the year, they make their money, they go back to their country and still come back again. Invest a lot of companies here. That is why Chinese is trying to take over some things that they don't need to go into it, but due to how they have gained the heart of people in the street. Now, that one is different. But now, the new generation we are talking about today, some people have to know that everybody is working on his or her own way in order to move on in life and live a happy life with family and friends. So when it comes to business, you have to be sure of your business. One, secondly, know how you channel your business. Three, you know the business relationship you have with your partner, whoever he or she is. Even me, as I'm here right now, if not that I met one of my brother there in this group personally, I will not involve myself in this. And because I know how I live here. I'm a married man. I have lived in many other countries. I speak French. I write French. I speak English as well. I take a lot of things as serious whenever it comes to business, because that is the only thing I can do in order to help my friends and brothers and also help my own family, to take care of my family. So I always understand what people go into. And some of them, when they go into that difficulties, they will be disappointed for the next upcoming opportunity that might come in that way. But for the right thing is for you and me to stand and move on with one heart. Once there is no any hidden agenda in this, we are going to come out on it. But once there is any hidden agenda on it, there is no way we are going to progress on that. So I'm open. I'm ready for anything. Once it comes to that, I believe that things gonna be all right. People are here making it, doing that same business the way we do. Okay, that is my answer, sir.
Hey,
For now.
brother, I got a question I want to ask you real fast. Can you explain how y'all house and y'all business is at one? Because I think as African Americans in America, we don't understand that. So can you break down how y'all have y'all house and y'all businesses all connected together? Can you kind of like explain that breakdown of that dynamic?
Okay. Once again, when it comes to Africa, generally Africa, we have one mentality, we have one understanding in ourselves that we blacks are one in any part of the world. Wherever we locate ourselves, we are one. We have one love. So there is no discrimination about us. So when we come encounter to each other in business, we always go towards that aim. I will do what I can do to make you happy. Then you too, you do what you can do to make me happy. So that is how I am. That is how people in this country, in this continent, they are. A lot of people are in that way. So there is no problem in type of that business relationship. We have a good business relationship for each other. So for me, if I want to go into deal with you people, any information you people need to know about me, whether it's to send delegates here to meet me in person in my house or whatever, I'm open to that. To submit some of my personal identity card and so on and so forth. Being as a citizen of my own country, residing here in Ghana, I marry here in Ghana, I do a lot of things here in Ghana, so I don't have any problem about that. So people are there. People are there to work with us. We only need a good foundation to move on. So people are there to work with us, and I'm going to supervise those things and make sure we come out of it with a good positive intention. So
No,
the business relationship is okay.
no, Henry, I was talking about how your house and your business is all connected together. That's what I was talking about. How y'all have the house and then the business all connected. The front.
Oh,
That's what.
my house is my house. It's my home. That is where I make sure I take care of my things. That is my house. When it comes to my house, there is no problem. It's an open door to my people. So when I'm in my home, I do what I can do. Once it's normal, legal, I don't do fake things to people. So my house is my house. I do things in my house without any any problem. I have been doing it. So my shop is my own private business. I handle them how I have to handle all that things. So when you come to business, when I'm in my home, we make a plan, we decide this is what we're going to do, we keep it confidential. When I wake up in the morning, I know this is where I'm going. I have to go towards that business relationship and make sure we bring out things in positive out of it. So I don't know, I don't understand another way you want it. When you come to my own shop, in the time I have to go to shop, I'll go to shop and work. So once I'm in my own home, I stay in my own home, do my business, like as I'm doing now. So there is nothing hidden about that. I think I answer your question. Do you understand?
I understand you here, but I just don't think you really understand what I'm saying. But it's okay. Somebody else go ahead. I was talking about how y'all house and business is all connected. Like when I was on the road, when you were selling the food, you know, that was a part. Like, but when the night come, you close that part up, right? You shut it up. But ain't it connected? Like, ain't your house right there connected with it? Like, and then it go into the club part, and then there's a part where y'all sleep. You remember that? Or I'm talking about how y'all houses, like, it's like the front part of it is a business, then it was like a club, then it's like it's a house. But maybe I'm saying it the wrong way. I'm making it hard for you to.
Okay, you mean where I'm living? Where I'm living?
Yes, how it's all connected. The business, the house, and everything is all connected.
Oh, I'm not living I'm not living far away from my business area. My business area is not far from my house. Understand? So both of them, when I do my house, I do it confidentially. I don't invite friends in my house. Nobody come to my house. My house is a very private area where I can stay on my own with my family. But now, my shop, it can be an open place for people to come around. Understand? So whatever I'm doing in my house is confidential in my own side. I don't share my idea or a lot of things to my people around me.
Well, I understand. I understand where you're coming from, Brother Saharu. I think also we kind of see, certain elements of it here in the United States amongst the Latino community as well.
Mm-hmm.
You might have, you might have a what they call a bodega or a corner store or a poppy store or whatever, and the same building. They may live sometimes they may live right upstairs. You know what I mean? Or they have certain family members that work at the store that live in the same building as well. So it's like, they allow the business to work together with their residents.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I can tell y'all from my experience when I went over there, man, that they received us well, man. I ain't just saying it just to say it. Like, I'm keeping it a buck with you, man. They received us well, and it was to the point where, when we're in America, when you're around a lot of us, sometimes you on your guard. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You get what I'm saying? So, like, the first day when we went there, we was out with the people. I was on my P's and Q's. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, that's what you used to. Like, no matter where you at, you used to, watching your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? But as I was there for about my second or third day, I realized that, you ain't got to be like that, man. It's all love, man. Like, I had a couple incidents, and the brothers was trying to help me out, man. I'm serious, y'all, when I tell y'all this. Like, they really was trying to help me out. It was genuine love, man. And it's something different. Because, sometimes, when it's a lot of us in America, you be like, yo, something going to pop off. You get what I'm saying? But it's just different, man. It's just different. And one thing I would say, if you know the history of Ghana, Ghana has never had a war, nor a civil war. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that element of war ain't there. So, like, I'm telling y'all, man, it's a different type of feeling. That's all I say, man. And I ain't, now you do have a couple brothers that are try to, you know what I'm saying, especially when you go to them tourist spots. So, like, when you go into like the slave dungeons and stuff, you got people out there that are trying to hustle you. See, you got brothers that are hustle you here in the States. You get what I'm saying? So that hustling mentality is anywhere. But when you go to them tourist spots, you do got people that are trying to hustle you, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to overcharge you for stuff. But people do that here. That's everywhere. But when we went, we was with the people. Like, we went to places that visitors don't come. So, like, we was in the hood. I'm talking about hood, fellas. And, like, people tearing houses down, like we in the hood, man, I'm telling you. And it was a different type of love, man. Like, yo, yeah, man, they all want to talk and he was talking about the youth. Like the youth is different, man. Yo, they want it. They hungry. They hungry out there and they want what everybody else got, man. So that's something I do know. They want what everybody else got. And the thing is they have their own, man. So I respect them for that. Also we have this my sister up here, Cove. She was talking about moving. She planned on moving to the continent. I don't know when she can talk about that, but I want us to talk, ask her some questions to see, what is leading her. Why do she feel like that might be the move for her right now to leave for good and maybe never come back.
Yeah, for me, I've kind of just moved around a lot since I was really young. And I think initially I was going to try like Costa Rica or even Belize area, just because like I know people who probably go back and forth there and whatnot. But then I was just talking to a friend and they were just like, why not you just go to Africa? And I was like, okay, I just thought about it. I never just like, I'm never a negative Nancy about opinions or whatever. I always look into things. So I just did my research and I kind of just thought about it. So why would I go to Belize or why would I go to Africa? And so ultimately I just did my little kind of just like compare and contrast against those different areas. And for me, it was just like, well, if one thing is I want to be by the beach and the water. I want natural organic foods. Something like the whole virus situation or some kind of pandemic, if that was to go down, I don't want to be in like a metropolitan area. And I also just want to be around people that look like me. And that's not so much in like Costa Rica and Belize. Choose Africa out of those different areas.
Yeah, you said something earlier to me, that you said that you don't know when they reopen the borders, they might not reopen them again.
Oh yeah, that too. It's kind of like that's true because again, like if like even where I'm at now, it's just like you could always move out of the city. You could move to the rural area like 2-3 hours out and you're fine too. But out here in the U.S. for me, it's like out in the rural areas, it's not people that look like me. One and two, there's like you have to form a community, and I'm not trying to form a community with a bunch of people who like don't look like me and already look at me like I'm iffy about this person, or I'm not sure how to approach them. Just because of the color of skin, I'm just not used to, a person of color living in this area. Because I already go to these areas and I get the looks and, people are not malicious team. It's just like that awkward vibe that you have. So I wouldn't want to move out to those areas. And then if I was to go to, let's say, anywhere else outside of the U.S., and this whole pandemic thing and decide like, hey, like I like it here, but let me go back to Westworld and make my Westworld money and try to build out in another country while I'm in the US. That's kind of like a risk, especially with this whole virus situation, because every single year there's a new virus and every single year is there some form of escalation to it. And this particular one is pretty interesting because of this. It's just like a really large push for vaccines. So who's to say like, yeah, borders reopen July, October, and, people start going over or people start traveling. And then it's like, and then, anyone could say, see, this is why, we should have kept borders closed because more people are getting sick. So now we're really going to lock down borders. You know what I mean? And that's like a predicament that I'm not trying to find myself in. And also too is, as far as just like going back and forth, like trying to build another area for me personally, based off my situation, that's a lot of time and money and energy, which like could really be reduced, or ideally it's just like better if I just go and just stay there and, travel between the different countries and get that experience as opposed to spending all that money. It's like $2,000, $2,500 for me just to fly back away. I'm going to be able to like save it, doing just like doing it that way, as opposed to me just flying over there and just staying there, getting grounded and using whatever savings I have to try to, form a business and, live off that way, make it that way.
Cove, was that Cove talking? Cove, this is Master You. I got a quick question. Mm-hmm. Where do you live at? You say you get people looking at you funny. Where do you live at now? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, yeah, I was talking about in the rural area. So I actually live in California right now. But like when you are you familiar with Northern California?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it's really nice over here. But I mean, like when you're out in like the forest, trees area, like mountains, that's the part where I'm talking about like people will look at you funny, whatever, because like it's in their neck of the woods. There's probably like only 1 or 2 Black people that they know in the neighborhood, and that you're not them. So, stuff like the redwoods, and you see all the cars driving by is all white people. So
did that make you feel any type of way? That like give you like a sense of what's the word I want to? Did that make you feel
Like
any
insecure.
type of anxiety or insecure in any way or no?
For me, no. I feel like I walk with like a positive mindset and energy for the most part. But yeah, I don't feel that way. But then again, like you just like you never know. You know what I mean? Like we don't talk to each other or anything like that. So you just never know. And it's like with the whole media, seeing what's happening in the news and stuff. Like especially for a Black person, it's just like you should be on your P's and Q's. You know, like better to be safe than sorry. And just like yeah, even if I was to form a community out there, and I'm like the only Black person, that's still awkward. There's still conversations I'm gonna want to have that I can't have in that community. It's just like a situation where you just don't feel like you belong because like ultimately like there's no balance.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm trying to go to Africa too. My thing is, I want to be in Africa in the winter months. I ain't really give America all the way up though. I'm just being real. I go over there for that. I want to be in Africa in the winter months and in America in the winter months. You know, so I can still have, because the good thing is to have businesses to make money. But Henry, a question I want to ask you, brother, dealing with the religion in Ghana, because when we was there, I saw a lot of pastors, I see a lot of churches, and it seems like now when I went to New and saw the things, they still practice traditional African spiritual system, because we gave an offering and then the priest done his the offering and stuff. So can you speak on that from the aspect of religion in Ghana, like it's the practice in a traditional way? Because I met a couple brothers over there that rap, and they were saying that like to make it often to be on TV, you have to be a Christian or Muslim. Like, if you practice, put you on the TV and stuff. They're only promoting you if you're a Christian. Like, can you get into that about the religion aspect over there in Ghana? And is it a change, or are people still practicing an ancient tradition, or are they moving into Christianity?
Okay. When it comes to religion is all about choice. Religion is all about people's choice, but in which here in Africa, mostly in Ghana is known as a Christian country. In Africa, some other country like Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Niger, Mali, South Africa, they're all known as Christian countries. But when it comes to Muslim countries, you're talking about Mali, Niger, Chad, maybe, so those areas, they are the ones that engage a lot in war and tribalism, and they are into jihadis and all those Boko Haram, a lot of these attacks and so on and so forth. So here particularly in Ghana, where I'm living now, I choose Ghana as the best choice for me now due to after Ivory Coast War in 2011. Ivory Coast fight a civil war. I was there in 2011 when Ivory Coast was fighting a civil war. People want to start questioning you, which tribe are you, what is your religion, this and that. So if you're a Muslim, you go in contact with a Muslim person, you'll be a little bit safe. But when you are a Christian, you meet a Muslim, they're going to shoot you. So the war was both very, very tough and brutal. But so after that, we experienced that, we overcome it. I have to come down to Ghana, start living here in Ghana, establish myself and my family, invest here. No more going back to those places because I realize that they are very risky place to live. So here in Ghana, Ghana is a Christian country, but it's not mandatory that everybody have to be a Christian. I particularly am a Christian. Some people go to mosque, some of them go to church, some of them worship their private gods, So it's not mandatory for anyone. When you are a Christian, you stick on your words and go towards your plan about the Christianity. But when you are a Muslim, you also go to the friends of Muslims and so on and so forth. But when you are a traditionalist, those who have their own way of worship, they also do that. But all I know, in general, we always maintain our culture. The culture don't need to know whether you're a Christian or Muslim or any other religion, but when it comes to that culture, we do it. Everybody have to do it. So that is all about it. Culture means maybe sometimes we have a festival period. Festival period can be maybe once in a year. Once the festival period is there, my brother and sister, everybody have to be happy and come out for the festival. And in that festival, there is a lot of traditional rites that has been performed and a lot of cultural things that we do. Whether you are a Muslim, pastor, imam, church member, whatever, that tradition don't care about who you are. So that's how it goes here.
Hey, and you said something major there. You said that the festival is a traditional. They do traditional things, and everyone go to that festival, right? It don't matter
Yeah,
what your And I do know that I don't talk to Christians in Ghana, but they still have their shrine, and like they still can't go to the water on Tuesday. They say you
yeah,
can't. Is that some of the stuff like you can't get in the water on Tuesday because of the water god? Even though they practice a different religion, they still don't get in the water on Tuesday and stuff like that.
yeah. As for that, that is some people's belief. There are 85% of people who always, when they say you are a Christian, you always forget about some of your shrine and some certain things. But some of them you have to make sure you maintain them. When you did not, if you can't maintain them, there are gonna be a lot of problems and some certain things that can involve in your way, because there is a way we talk to our ancestors here in Africa. So when you talk to your ancestors, you know how to talk to them. And when you do those things, those stuff, they work for you. But when you are a Christian, you say you don't want to go back to those things. You're gonna let it go and forget about it. Pray to your God and focus on your Christianity. It also works for you. Then those who don't believe in Christianity, Muslim, and whatever, they always also do what they want to do in order to live on their own life. But in general, the traditional period, which is the festival period, that is a mandatory that either you like or you don't like it, you're gonna obey it. You're gonna obey the law that stick on that period. And the festival time and the traditional rites, they are going to do everything have to be done at it's well been done and planned for many years, 2,000 years ago, 100,000, based on how long that tradition has been existing. So we're gonna do it always. That is how we do it here.
That's peace, man. I'm trying to get to that festival, man. I'm trying my best to get there. I'm trying to get there. Y'all got any questions? For anybody, or y'all want to add anything? Anything y'all want to talk about? Master you, Nabat, Richard. It's freestyle. It's freestyle Saturday, man. We talking about anything. It's really not in particular. Any hot topics? Anything y'all want to discuss? Y'all can.
I have another question for Henry. As far as software engineering is concerned, um, are there companies out there in Ghana that will hire software engineers that live on the continent but not in Ghana specifically, but maybe another country like Tanzania or Gambia or yeah?
Yeah, so they do. People in that aspect, they live on it here. They do. So once you come here, you want to reside here and live, get a job. You're gonna apply for you there, and it's a nice job. You're gonna get a good contact to it. Very easy, more than any other way. But one thing you have to know about West Africa. West Africa is highly. We have a lot of people here in West Africa, more than East Africans and North Africans. So West Africa, 85% of us here, a lot of people now, they go to school in order to study different course in university to be graduated and face on their life in the future. So, but the issue is that once you are a citizen of this country or maybe in our continent here, we don't value what we have. That is the only thing. That is the reason why at the end we travel over some places in order to get job. But once we have foreigners, those from Western world and other places, once they come here with those certificates in their profession, they always get a good job and high position to work very easily more than us. That is how it goes here.
Yeah, but can I get a job in Ghana, but I live in Tanzania, for example? So I work for a company in Ghana, but my house is in Tanzania, so that's where
No, no, no,
I
no,
live.
no, 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 no. That's not gonna be a possible way for you due to West Africa. Ghana is in West Africa, while Tanzania is not in West Africa. So West Africa, from West Africa, if you want to go there, you're gonna get a visa to those Tanzania, Ethiopia, those area. Now, and the distance is very far. It's not a small distance. It's a place you can be in a flight like 48 minutes or to 1 hour in a flight before you arrive there. So it's not easy that you'll be living in Tanzania and working here in Ghana. It's not going to be possible. It might be, but there will be a lot of stress for the person to go through all those things daily and weekly. It's not possible. So it's better when you work in
But
Ghana,
even
you go and live in Ghana.
right, but what about for like a job where you're only on the computer or the phone, like you don't need to be there in person, so working remotely?
No. You can do it. You can do it. You once you get a job, you don't want to be there in person. You can work through your platform. You can do it. So you don't need any problem. You can live anywhere of your own choice and do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
I got a question for you. The president of Ghana just signed a law saying that they're gonna take the vaccinations for the COVID-19. What do you think about that?
Oh, for the COVID-19, we are very happy about this government concerning their impact towards this, because Ghana have a very high test rate. They make sure that everybody is being tested, protected. Once you walk in the streets, you're gonna see a lot of security. People don't walk without a face mask. Before you go out from your house, you're gonna get a face mask, get a hand sanitizer and some other things. But and you can't just walk in a public place and walk just casually. You must have a target where you are going. Maybe example, you want to get the food. You move out from your house, you go to the market, supermarket, or to the African black local shops to get food stocks and go back to your houses safely, no problem. So here, we have a lot of things that we benefit from this government, particularly in this period of COVID-19. They give us good security. They give us a time to do what we can do, and also they help those who are at a minimum level. We have three classes of people at least minimum in the country: first class, second class, and third class. And the third class level of people, there are many more than any other qualities class of people in this country. So the government help the citizens to be living without paying a light bill for 3 months, water bill that been paying for 3 months is free of charge for us. Then they give us a 50% discount on our electricity. So if you consume any amount, you can consume maybe $50 in a month, you pay $25 for 3 months in order to help people, those who are passing through difficulties, who can go to work again, to stay at home and also be protected in order not to spread the virus all over the continent, you know. So a little bit they have been doing, we appreciate it. It's very, very nice. Like me, since February, I haven't opened my shop. I closed down. I closed down my shop. I don't care. All I know is that my health and my family's health are very important. So whenever we want to go out, we go out. But when you go out in the street, there is no one that can embarrass you. But but the authorities are there to control people and check on them and test those who they can test daily in their houses to make sure that they get all the number of people in the city and well tested to know those who have the COVID-19 and those who don't have it. Those who have it, they can cure, give them some medicine and some other distinct help they can do. For now, there is no vaccine. There is no cure as well for COVID-19, but they do their best to make sure that they give us a good security in this period.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't nobody got anything else they want to talk about? Cause we gonna shut it down. If not, um, yes, you know, a lot of us in America, we ain't feeling that vaccine thing. I'm just telling you, we ain't feeling the vaccine at all. This whole COVID-19 and them giving us vaccinations. I ain't feeling no vaccination. Um, But with that being said, I want to give everybody up here the opportunity to close out, man. You know, let people know how they can find you, where you at on social media. We'll end the show, and I thank everybody. So with that, I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to close out, and then I'm gonna close out and end it.
It is master you. It was a great conversation. I didn't talk much, mainly just kind of listen and great questions and hearing you provide a really good insight, man. You know, for me, I've never been to Africa, but it's definitely been something I had planned on going this year, but the pandemic kind of shut that down. So, but yeah, ain't no way, man. You know, there's still a possibility, man. But I appreciate you, man. Great insight for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for all of us in order to get this opportunity to know each other more better. For me, I'm a new member in this family, and I really appreciate that effort that my bro gave to me. And I'm not going to take it for granted. I will really say we are one, and everybody should take good care of himself. We're going to overcome this situation no matter what. We only need to follow the necessary things we're going to do. It shall be well. All I know, that is good for me. And take care of we can do. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah, also thanks for everyone coming on and joining. Thanks Henry for all of that information. That was very helpful.
Yeah, this was definitely a good discussion tonight. It's your brother in the back. Y'all can look me up on Facebook under the name you see here. But Brother Henry, it was definitely a good discussion. Hopefully we can reach out to each other on Facebook. You know, I can hopefully get more information on the things we talked about tonight.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Thanks for that. I'm open. My door is open for everyone. Thanks for that. No problem.
I guess Richard maybe mic'd out, but again, man, I thank everybody for coming up here. I thank the brother Henry for blessing us coming on the show today. And you know, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. The plan is to connect us. First, we start connecting, maybe through video chat and Zoom. Then maybe we can meet each other in person, man. It's you know, it's nothing like putting boots on the ground, meeting people, shaking their hand, looking them in their eye, looking them face to face, and getting that vibe and breaking bread with them, man. Because at the end of the day, we all brothers and sisters, like Henry said, man. We all are, and we all trying to help Mother Africa get back to a rightful place. And you know, everybody has a gift, and as you can see, there's a lot of people on the continent that have gifts and things that we can use. It's just a matter of us connecting with each other and you know bridging that gap, and now we can start doing business and commerce, and that's what's needed. You know, we always know that they always try to keep the black dollar away from the African continent. If we start putting this black dollar in the African continent, a lot of things will change, and we're gonna start bridging this gap with our brothers and sisters on the continent. And I thank Henry for coming. Again, y'all, his name Henry Roland. If y'all want to find him on Facebook, I can link y'all together because he my friend on Facebook. And I look forward to going back to Ghana, Accra. I look forward to going to Nungwa and getting back with the God tribe. I really look forward to. Actually, I was talking to the king yesterday, Henry. Actually, me and the king was talking yesterday, the chief, because they're trying to sell land. So we're trying to work on some land packages in Nungwa right now. You know, we trying to do big things, Joe. So I thank everybody for watching, man. With that, saying peace. You know, we'll see y'all the next video. You know, and everybody be safe.